Good morning, guys. Oops, took you out your case. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Where we look in here and look in there. Look at that.
That's horrible.
Where we're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamichu Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Happy Monday. Now ready to get this Monday started. Did y'all have a good weekend? I hope you did. Mine was kind of busy. I don't know. It was kind of long. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, Car Edition. Good morning, Trenda. You want to say good morning to Miss Trenda?
Good morning.
Good morning, Minister Valerie. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope you got some relaxation in. I hope you are ready to go. Good morning, Mr. Brian. How you doing? How you doing this morning? Good morning, Kimberly. Waiting for my fearless calls to come in. But I ran across a great quote this morning, and it kind of ties into my topic. And it says, "I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." I'm glad your weekend was tremendous. Miss Margaret said, "Hey, Rosie."
Hello.
She can't see your face. Good morning. Miss Margaret, you see that smile was just for you this morning. Her hair is very purple. Miss Trina said, "Hey, my Rosie." Y'all making Rosie a superstar over here, honey.
I didn't even have to talk.
I know. Good morning, Lynn.
Hey guys, good morning, good morning. How you doing?
Peachy. I was just reading my quote today that I read, and so it says, "I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Carl, and I'm going to say his last name wrong, Jung, Jung.
Yeah,
But isn't that a great quote?
that
She said
is
she loved you
awesome,
more.
guys. You make the choice. It's
Thank
your
you.
decision, all right? Stop trying to blame it on somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
Why do
just
I say
saying.
that? Because I used to be that person. But I blame somebody else in a heartbeat until I recognize I'm giving my power away by doing that. So don't give your power away today, guys. You make the decision and you handle that. All right? That's all. This is a true confession and conversation over here this morning about everyday life, okay? And
There
your
we go.
finances. So, guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. Miss JoJo, anything else you wanted to add? They want you to read that quote again, please.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. I love that. I think
Absolutely.
that's gonna get a place on my quote Hall of Fame in my office. Carl John. Yes,
It's
Trenda.
not really Hall of Fame. It's more like a
I know.
stash of
It is a stash of quotes, but
chaos.
I'm gonna make a Hall of Fame of quotes. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And if you take that at heart, that should change the trajectory of where you want to go, where you want to be. It should change everything about, because then it takes away the excuses of mama and them, daddy and them. It takes
Right.
away all of that. And it's just you. What are you going to do about your situation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So that's a good segue into the financial confession this morning. What are you going to do about your
You got to come
situation?
over
What
here.
I'm going to help you with. Hey, guys. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing the love. I'm so warm with your love. I wanted to go out and walk this morning, but it's a little bit cloudy and overcast and drizzling. So I was like, I gotta, hold on for a little bit. I'll do that a little later. But what I want to share with you this morning, guys, is so let's say, how do you get started with investing? You have $500, okay? I'm going to help you get started investing with those $500. And some of you may say, oh, that's not a lot of money, Lynn. I could easily go invest $500. That's good too. I have some options for you. But some of you may say, well, Lynn, it's going to take me a minute to get $500. It's okay, guys. It's all about the way that you approach this, that you'll be able to get started in investing with those $500. Yes, yes. So good morning and thank you for joining in. Guys, one of the things that I wanted to share too, I don't know if any of you not follow, been watching too much Medea. How many of you follow or have seen or heard of Dr. Boyce Watkins? And Dr. Boyce Watkins actually released one of his little memos over the weekend, and it was basically the three things that the wealthy do. Say everybody thinks that there's a secret. There's no secret to what the wealthy do. There are only three vehicles that you need to have. And those three vehicles, and we've talked about them before, the three vehicles are investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, right? And owning businesses. He said that's the formula. It's no secret. Those are just the things that you learn to do. They're non-negotiables, right? So in looking at that today, I said, okay, that is perfect. That's what I can talk about on the Fearless Morning Show. So each day I'm going to share with you how to take those $500 and get started investing in the market. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you how to take those $500 and get started investing in real estate. You say, what? I can invest in real estate with $500? Yes, you can. All right. I'll show you how you can do that. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to tell you about starting your online business, starting a business with $500. How do you do that? These all are possible, guys. These are things that we can do. And when you set these three things up, do one at a time, right? Focus on one thing at a time, but there are still options for you to be able to build wealth. It's just about getting your mentality right, getting your mindset right, so that you can now do these things. So we're going to focus on investing inside of the stock market today. And I'm going to give you some options that you can look at. Are these things that you want to be able to control? You want to learn more about how you can control and invest your money in the market? Or you want somebody else to handle that for you, right? Because you don't have time to deal with that. Now, I highly recommend that you do what you need to do to learn what it is that you're investing in. Don't simply turn your money over to someone else. However, we all have to start somewhere, right? You must start somewhere. And if it means at this time turning it over to someone just so you can get in, right? Just like with the lottery, you got to be in it to win it. So you need to get in and get started in order to move, okay? And then once you get in and get started, then you'll start to want to learn, okay, now what's happening here? What's going on with my monies? So guys, this is how you get started with $500. This is something simple. So today we'll be looking at investing in the market. And the traditional things that we all know, like, and love, we hear about these. We know Vanguard, but Vanguard has a minimum startup of $1,000. So you can't possibly go to Vanguard, or you can't go to Schwab. They also have a minimum of $1,000. Fidelity's minimum is what, $2,500. So those are outside of that $500 range. So, but where can you go if you want to invest in the market? If you want to invest in mutual funds, if you want to invest in ETFs, right? Remember, ETFs are exchange traded funds, okay? And an ETF is simply a combination of stocks or bonds. It's simply a diversified way, right, of putting your monies into the market. And when you look at an ETF, it can have possibly 50 companies to 100 companies for most of them, with the exception of the S&P 500. And the name gives it away. There are 500 companies that you're invested in inside of the S&P 500. So you have to do the research to know which ETF, right, is going to work for you. Which one of these vehicles will work for you, all right? So when I mention ETF, that's what I mean. It's a diversified way of investing in stocks or mutual funds that have been identified or set aside, if you will, for you as an individual or for your company if you choose to invest through your companies. So where do you go to start? First, I'm going to give you some online options. Then I'm going to talk about some what we call robo-advisors, okay? Those robo-advisors are the ones that are going to do it for you. The online options, you have the opportunity to do it yourself. With a robo-advisor, they do it for you. So they go in there and set that up. And then we're going to talk about the apps, okay? the apps that are recommended that we talked about before. All right. Just to give you an idea or a roadmap as to where we're going with this conversation this morning. All right. So when you start out, where do you start? You have $500. There are two options in the online space. So you can look up Ally Invest. Ally Invest. You may say, what? Ally Invest? I've heard of Ally for certain things, but not for investments. But go ahead and look them up, guys. This is a tremendous opportunity to actually utilize ETFs. Well, you have access to ETFs or mutual funds. They do have a trade expense, though. Those trade expenses are $4.95 per trade, which is not that expensive when you compare it to others, because I'm also mentioned E-Trade is going to be a second online opportunity. E-Trade charges you $6.95 per trade. So Ally Invest is cheaper in that realm. And both of these platforms, Ally Invest and E-Trade, you know E-Trade because they have commercials all over the place. If you're paying attention, right? After today, you're going to start paying attention. You're going to start seeing more E-Trade everywhere that you go now. But E-Trade, there's $6.95 charge per trade. So you have to factor those things in. Even though these are full access, you have access to the entire suite. It's like a buffet of investing, okay? So you have access to all of that as far as your investments are concerned inside of Ally Invest and E-Trade. The thing that's beautiful about E-Trade is that you can get those ETFs. Remember, ETFs are exchange traded funds. You can get those ETFs with zero commission fees, which is huge, okay? Because those commission fees, I don't know if you've paid attention to it, if you have retirement accounts at work or not, but those commission fees, once you start looking at things in the grand scheme, those large companies charge insurmountable amounts of commission fees. And guess what? They get paid, $4.95 per trade. Yes, Ally Invest, $4.95 per trade. If I said $4.29, I apologize, and thank you for posting that up. But $4.95, and then E-Trade is $6.95 per trade. Okay, so 0% as far as commission fees with E-Trade. So that's very important, especially if you want more control. This is for people who want more control when they're investing. Now, for those of you who say, wait a minute, I don't have time, Lynn. I need to pass this off to someone else who is going to take advantage or who is going to take this opportunity, invest on my behalf. Then you need what is called a robo-advisor. Your robo-advisors are available in these, and I'm just giving you two platforms. This doesn't mean these are the only platforms out there. There are tons of platforms out there. I'm simply giving you the ones that I have experience with or knowledge of and have tried or looked into with, I've done the research. So let's just say that. Absolutely. Okay. So Betterment is one of those robo-advisors we talked about. We even talked about Betterment last week. And then Wealthfront. I actually interviewed one of the Wealthfront advisors on my podcast, Financial Confidence. We did Corey Davis actually came in and talks about how money works. So if you look into these two platforms, if you look in Betterment and Wealthfront, these two opportunities allow you to invest based upon your goals, but they take care of that for you. You don't go in and say, well, I want XYZ ETF and I want ABC mutual fund. You don't do that. What they do is they choose the ETFs for you. Remember again, ETFs are exchange traded funds, right? So you go in there, they choose it based upon your goals. Do you have a short-term goal that you're working on? You say, I only want to invest this money for 3 years, okay? So they decide where to put your money based upon your time horizon. Maybe you want long-term investments. Maybe you need this for retirement 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So they look at what your end goal is first. Then they decide what are the ETFs that you need to be in. Are these going to be stock-based ETFs? Are they going to be bond-based ETFs? Yes, there are bond opportunities as well. That's why you have to do your research so that you know. But remember, these are robo advisors, right? Robo advisors if you don't want to make the time. However, I highly recommend that at some point you make the time to know how to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. See, that's how you move ahead. That's how you level up. That's how you get to that next generation by next generation, huh? To that next level, right? By ensuring it is next generation of investing. That sounds like a new course. All right, I'll get to that one day. But definitely, guys, either utilize those robo investors to set it and forget it. Now, that ties in very well to the next segment with the apps. There are some great set it and forget it apps out there for investing. For example, Acorns. We've talked about Acorns before. Remember, the title of this segment is How to Invest with $500, y'all. I'm talking about $500 you can use any of these vehicles that I'm sharing today to get started. Acorns, their tagline has to do, what is it? Investing your change or something like that. But essentially what happens, I don't remember the exact tagline, but I do know that what they do is you connect it to your bank account. You connect your bank account to the Acorns app. And what they do is they round up every time you go and you use that bank account, whether it's your debit card or a credit card, whatever the case may be. Inside of that, they round the amount up. So if you spend $5.50, the amount is rounded up to $6, and then 50 cents then is applied to your Acorns account. Okay, so they use the invest the change method. Now you have to be especially careful here and cognizant of every dollar, because as they're going through and doing this and you're balancing your checkbook, you may be balancing it for $5.50, but in actuality it's charged at $6. Then you at the end of the month, you might have an overdraft protection that's needed if you're not careful. So you have to pay better attention, right, when it comes to utilizing these, what I call set it and forget it type platforms. But the beauty of it, if you do set it and forget it, you can have, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars at the end of the day. And you like, whoa, wait a minute. This happened because it was out of sight, out of mind, right? When it's out of sight, out of mind, we leave things alone, and then by the next time you look at it, you're like, wow, my money has really grown. That was a great opportunity. However, caveat, make sure that you get the education to understand what you're investing in. The thing about Acorns, guys, is you don't have as many options. Like we talked about Ally Invest and E-Trade earlier, you don't have as many options with your investing when you use like an Acorns, because Acorns says specifically which ETFs you're going to go into, right? Which ETFs, exchange traded funds, that you now have access to. So you can't just go in there and pick and choose like you can in this next app, Robinhood. Now, Robinhood, guys, is an amazing opportunity that has changed the game. And I was a little bit later in sharing Robinhood. We've been talking about it here lately, but at first I wasn't as on top of the game or following the bandwagon when they were talking about Robinhood. But now that I've been investing in Robinhood for some time, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. So Robinhood, guys, now, the only thing with Robinhood is you have to buy the whole share, okay? So if that stock, say Google was what, $1,007 or $1,010, I don't remember exactly, right? And you only had $1,000 in your account, then you can't buy Google. We're talking about how to invest with $500. So you cannot buy that share of Google. What you have to find are shares that are within your $500 range. So if you find a stock that, say, Microsoft was around, what, $100, $100 and something dollars, so you can go in there and buy Microsoft. Or Facebook stock has dropped to around, what, $150 a share now, roughly. Go in there and look at it to know exactly the numbers. So you could go in there and buy you a couple, right, of Facebook shares. So it only allows you to buy the whole share inside of Robinhood. You can't buy little small shares. Now, but the beauty of that is you also have access to cryptocurrency inside of Robinhood. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the cryptocurrency world. And when I say cryptocurrency, you probably heard Bitcoin or Ethereum, the Ethereum Classic, the Ethereum Lite. There's so many different coins out there. Let's just say that. All right. So you can also invest inside of cryptocurrency. Now, let me say this. Until you do your research, you always do your due diligence before you get inside of some of these other opportunities, because there's a lot of volatility, okay, in all investing, but it's more volatile when you don't have a clue as to what you're doing. All right. So make sure you do the research, that you know exactly what it is that you're getting into as you're investing in these apps. Remember, Acorns, invest your change. Robinhood, you can invest, but you got to buy the entire share. Stockpile, I didn't mention Stockpile, but Stockpile will allow you to invest with $5. So you can buy $5 of that $1,000 Google stock. You'll just have 0.000 shares of, of Google, right? 0.0001 or something like that shares. You do the math, right? Take the initiative and do the math. But guys, you have opportunities to get inside. The only downside I found with Stockpile is that there's that 99-cent charge for those trades. Okay. So if you cannot buy the entire share and you buy a portion of the share, make sure you're not caught up by those 99-cent trades, because those begin to add up. What I do is I make sure that I have a spreadsheet that allows me to be able to track all of these things, so I can see where my expenses are for my trades, see what I'm doing, what's my return, is it growing, is it going down, what are the key indicators. And one of the major things, guys, that I do as you progress, you'll start doing this too, or if you take the opportunity to do this, to educate yourself, looking at some of the charts, because the charts will definitely help you to make better decisions. And what I mean by charts is what is happening inside of that particular investment opportunity. What has happened in the past doesn't guarantee it will help in the future, but it does give you some clues as to what you need to be looking for as you're moving forward in your investing game. Guys, so make sure you take advantage of these opportunities. As I shared at the beginning, there are only 3 vehicles to build wealth, or these are the top 3. I won't say they're only. These are the top 3 that the wealthy use, right? That's investing in the markets, investing in real estate, and online business. We talked about investing in the markets today. We'll take up the other 2 tomorrow and Wednesday. But I want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. Guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it. America's #1. All right, Miss Co-host, I'm going to invite all the guys over. Go check out my website, DimmonsEnterprise.com. That's Dimmons, no demons here, DEMMONS, DimmonsEnterprise.com. Go check it out, get some free resources. But if you're ready to learn, you say, wait a minute, Lynn, I need to know how to do this, right? I need to know how to go in there and pick out the right ETF for me, or I want to be able to say, I have with confidence chosen the best stocks for my portfolio. I have the Investing Blueprint class. Go to bit.ly/investing blueprint and get started today. All right, Miss Co-host, over to you.
All right, guys. Please make sure that you check all of that information out and that you are educated about what you are doing with
Absolutely.
your money. That's the most important part. All right, guys. So the the fill us out for today is, I just want to remind you of something that you may not be thinking about, or you may not have thought about. So I just want to make it a reality for you. And this is for those who hold on to things that they need to let go of. You cannot have a better past, but you can have a better future. You can't have a better past, but you can have a better future. A lot of us are so caught up on the past that you relive it every single day. So you never even look at your future. You don't have a future because you are focused on your past. You can't change the past. You can't go back and make somebody love you. You can't go back and make more money. You can't go back and make your mama and daddy treat you right. You can't go back and make that husband and wife do you right, that job you wish, the education you wanted. You can't go back and do any of that. You cannot go back and have a better past, but you can have a better future. So if all of those things bothered you in your past, you got to let some of it go, but then decide how are you going to make your future better because of it. And a lot of times, a lot of people I can think of, their whole entire life is lived around their past. That one thing. So here's some brain science for you guys, and I want you to follow along with me. You were 12 or 13 and you had a bad accident, or you had a bad dream, or you got married and you had a bad relationship, and you felt the way you felt from that particular incident. Like you feel bad, you're depressed, you're sad, and you keep reliving the thoughts of it every single day. And then as you relive it, if it's more than a day or two, it becomes your mood. What's wrong with you? I'm just in a mood. It's because you're thinking about what happened to you. And if it's longer than the 2 days, the mood becomes an attitude. After a week or two, your attitude has now changed into what happened to you 2 weeks ago. If you're months into reliving your past and that pain, it becomes your behavior. Now we're months in and we got a bad attitude, we in a mood, and we got a nasty behavior because something that happened to us 6-7 months ago. And because your brain doesn't know the difference between now and the past, every time you relive that, oh, they hurt me, and you get mad and you get angry, your brain thinks this happening right now. It doesn't know that it happened 6-7 months ago. So your brain is in a constant state of anger, frustration, madness, and hurt. Your brain is so charged, it sends signals to the rest of your body to keep you stressed 24 hours a day because you keep reliving the past. How amazing is that? Your brain picked up on all those clues, and so you keep reliving your past every single day for the rest of your life. Thank you, Trenda. It can be when we let go and embrace God's grace. A to the man. Yes, ma'am. But you can't, you're not, your past is not going to get any better. So you have to look at your future. And if you keep reliving the past, your future is never going to be any better. And your future is affecting your children. You reliving the past is affecting your children. It's affecting your job. It's affecting your money, your health. Thank you, Minister Valley. It does cause diseases in the spirit. Yes, because your thoughts are actions, they are words. Your thoughts are living things, period. And if you don't think so, look at your life right now. It is because you thought those thoughts last week, last month, last year. That's why you got what you got now. They are very living thoughts. So today, guys, on this Motivational Monday, I want y'all to think about, what are you holding on? What past are you holding on to that's stopping you from living your life? Because you're not living, you're living in the past. You just keep recreating the hurt, the frustration, the fear, the anger, the lack. You keep reliving all of that. And here's the thing. let me help you out. Trenda and Miss Valerie got me my Bible scholars. And I don't know if there's a scripture for this, but I'm going to relate it to y'all. So here you go. You keep reliving the past. He hurt me. They hurt me. I'm angry. But you keep praying that Jesus change and fix your life. But you won't let go of the past. And Jesus is clearly saying, if you let it go, I can give you better. But you can't let it go. So you stuck right here, right? And you can't move forward. You sure as the devil can't go back and keep, but you can't go forward either. So you stuck reliving the past in your mind, stressed out, hurt, anger, overweight, because all of that takes a toll on your body. And then you got all of these, you got high blood pressure now, you got diabetes, you got all of these problems that have manifested in your life simply because you're holding on to something and it is beginning to grow. I'm a firm believer it begins to grow in your body to manifest itself some kind of way because you're not letting it out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not letting it out. You're holding it in. You're holding all that anger and that frustration. Your past is not going to get any better, boo. It just ain't. I'm sorry to tell you. You telling me every day what he did to hurt you ain't gonna change everything. Do you understand? You, if it was 35 years ago, it's not gonna change
Right.
anything. Period. You holding on to. Only thing is it's changing is your health, your attitude, your mood, your behavior. Then you become the mean, cranky old woman, and that's or old man, and that's how it comes about right there. There you go, some brain science, bright and early this morning. You holding on to it, you setting up yourself to have a behavior that you're going to pass along to your children. Right, Trenda? We can't be hot or cold. You got to be, lukewarm. You got to be one or the other. Either you going, and here's my thing. If you're going to live in the past, if you're going to complain every day, if you're going to relive your past every single day about what happened 25, 30 years ago, even last month, let's not complain about it. Don't complain at that point because you are doing clearly what you want to do. You're actually doing what you want to do. There's no other way to look at it. And here's one of the things I tell my kids. When they, you know how your kids you tell them to do something, they didn't do it, and they come back, or you confront them with something. They're like, but mama, what? I said, so they know what my 3 claps mean. Let's get past the denial stage. Let's get past that part because we already know you're going to deny and say. So let's get what you're going to say out the way already. You didn't do what you forgot. Let's get past the denial stage. Let's go straight to the truth. You didn't do it because you didn't want to. You like living in the past because you know what it's like. You like living in the past because you can continue to complain and not take responsibility for your life to live past it and do something different because you've attached yourself to the story of your pain. You attached yourself to the story of your past. And what would you be if you couldn't complain? Who would you be if you couldn't blame somebody else? Where could you go if it wasn't somebody else's fault? A to the man. Thank you, Minister Valerie. I knew she was going to find me something. There you go. I'm just saying. So, hey, your past, correct, trying to build museums if you want to live in the past. And some people have worked very hard. That's a good one, ain't it? That's a good one, girl. Some people are hell bent on living in the past. You can't drag them kicking and screaming into the future. You can't make them want. There's some people, I got some friends, when I tell you I want better for them so bad, I could drag them by their hair and say, look, here it is. And they wouldn't believe me. They just wouldn't, and it ain't my job. All I can do is tell them. But they gotta want it for themselves, and I think that's a frustrating part for me. I can tell you all day long, but until you want it for yourself, until you want to do the work, there's absolutely nothing I can say. There's nothing Lynn can say. We can't talk to you enough. We can't motivate you enough. We can't give you anything enough to make you want anything different until you want it for yourself. So this is just a reminder, you can't have a better past. But you can have a better future. So what are you willing to do today to have a better future? You keep holding on to that past. Mama and them, my daddy, your daddy, 95 years old, and you still mad at him about something he did when you were 30 and you darn near 90 yourself. I'm just saying. When you gonna let that go, boo? And Trenda Wins quote of the day, build museums if you insist on living in the past. Honey, build it and stay in it and do not invite anybody else in. We don't want to come in. We don't want to come see your museum of complaints and ooh, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and look what woe is me, look what they done to me. Okay, I understand. And we could hold on to that if we wanted to, but why? When I could take that energy and do something else with it. It's all in what the outcome that you want in life. If you want to be a complainer, You'll be a complainer. If you want to do something about it, you'll do something about it. That is the Phyllis thought for today. Let me close with the quote one more time. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become, which goes right back into our thought for today. You can't have a better past, but you can have a better future. I'm trying to tell y'all, you get that? Woo-hoo. It's gonna be something. Lynn, anything else before we close out today? Thank you, Minister Valley, for that scripture.
Yeah, guys, just to reiterate that point, guys, you got to have a better future. But in order to get to that better future, what do? You got to plan today, right? You have to plan today for what you want your tomorrow to look like. It's as simple as that. If you don't do the work on this side, guess what? You're going to be adding another brick to that museum you got over there. All right? I love that.
Wait a minute.
All
I'm
right,
just
yes.
saying.
You are so silly.
Let me break out the tambourine.
You are
I'm
so
just
silly,
saying, y'all. Y'all go ahead and build that house if you want to. I hope you
Right.
like it. Let me tell y'all something. Here's my thing. If I'm gonna go crazy, Lynn, I'm gonna go crazy chasing after the things I want. I sure as hell not fixing to go crazy chasing after you and your craziness because you want me to participate in it. I can't. I just cannot do that. No to the man. I won't be crazy because, and here's the thing, y'all. If you want to be crazy over your past, how much power are you giving that person, that thing over your life? So they hurt you or did whatever they did 20, 30, last month, last year, whatever time period, and they still have power over you. Wow. So you mean to tell me you can cuss me out for talking to your kid? You can cuss me out because I cut you off in traffic. You can bully me at work. You can be mean everywhere else, but you can't get mad at somebody you gave power to because they hurt you 20 years ago. You not mad at that? You not mad at them? But you gonna be mad at me? That don't make no sense. Now that, my friend, is insanity. Look, that made my eye itch. Don't be being over here being mad at me. Don't take your anger and frustration out on your kids and your family and random people in traffic or wherever, because somebody else, you've given somebody else the power over your life, and you figure you got to have some power somewhere. So it's misdirected. You better handle your darn business and get
Well,
past that mess.
Miss Co-host, I got to backtrack and disagree with you on one point. Because
What?
if you come at my baby, then it is on
Right.
100%. Okay? You got to
Right.
know I go into super mama overdrive when you come and mess with my baby. It may be
Ain't to the
misplaced
man.
aggression, and I may have to go and tell JoJo to come, get the dollars, get the Fearless Morning Show together, get some dollars to come to get me out of Gwinnett County Jail because somebody messed with my baby. So I got to disagree on that one point. I'm
Oh no.
working on it, y'all. Like they say, he's not through with me yet, okay?
I agree with you, Lynn. I agree, honey. You know how it is
can't
with
mess
somebody's
with
kids.
children. You cannot.
That's right. You can't. But there are adults who will take their anger out on children because they mad because they can't take their anger out on the same person that's living in their household. I'm just saying. Y'all know we've some mama bears over here. That misplaced aggression gonna get you hurt, dog. You know what my daddy used to say? Don't write a check. Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash.
Come on now.
Gerald Waddell was not playing.
Okay.
He was not playing. He said, keep on talking if you want to. You better have the money to cash that check. All right, guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Please make sure you share the show with any of your friends and family, anybody you know who needs to live past crazy. If they do not have Facebook, of course, you know we have our YouTube channel over there. Go over there and binge watch all of them all day. That's right. But give the anger to the person that, but that's let them have it, boo. Now, I ain't got no time for you having. What you not fixing to do is tell JoJo what to do. What? Not happening. And y'all that know me know, whoo, that ain't what you want to do. It will get, Trina said it'll get bounced every time. Right, Trina. Lord Jesus, pray for us, Father God. It's going to be okay. Y'all binge watch the Fearless Morning Show on YouTube. We are over 200 shows strong over there, and they are by title. So you can pick a title that you want to listen to. But make sure you share the show. Anything else, Lynn, as I say goodbye for the day?
Guys, we thank you so much for spending your time with us. We know time is your most precious commodity. You can't get these minutes back, but you decided to spend them with us. We appreciate you for that. Thank you for joining the Fearless Morning Show every morning at 7:15 a.m. We on standard time now, y'all. It feels so good. That extra hour has me pumped up. I think I'm about to go to the park and run. And y'all know I don't like to run. But anywho, I might have to backtrack. I'm gonna jog. I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna jog.
She gonna fast walk. That's what Lynn fixing to do.
Okay.
Please understand. She about to fast walk. So,
all right, that'll work too. That will
all
work.
right, guys. I hope you have a great Monday. We will see you here bright and early. Oh, let me show you. Did y'all see my little ring? Isn't this cute? I love this.
Where did you get that from?
It was handmade. I have to send you the name of the jeweler. I was like, this is exactly me. So y'all, today, live in you. Don't live for somebody else. Be you, boo. All right, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Signing off.